Good morning, everybody. So, bit of controversy this morning, and kind of some controversy that obviously has left the internet shaken, especially Blizzard, and well, not just especially, but absolutely people that either support Blizzard games or play Blizzard games, or even people that don't play Blizzard games. Even people that don't. So, yeah. So, what happened was, as we say here in the South, what happened was, this guy right here, Blitzchung, Hearthstone Grandmaster, or sadly, former Hearthstone Grandmaster, was being interviewed right here, and he, of course, everybody knows about the stuff going on in Hong Kong right now. Crying for liberation from oppressive Chinese, government and whatnot, and absolutely, and he gets on here and he basically says, liberate Hong Kong, and makes his opinion well known. And in response, Blizzard's gonna do Blizzard things. Lord have mercy. And they banned the guy from competing in Hearthstone for, what, I think it was like a year, something like that. They take away his winnings, and they revoke his Grandmaster status. And also, these poor guys right here. These two guys right here were fired as well. So, yeah. So, and the reason I'm making this video is, one, this is an absolutely stupid thing on Blizzard's part. This was a very, very very stupid thing for them to do. Like, come on, guys, really, and two, yes, and not to sound selfish, and I sincerely mean that. I did have a video that I was going to post today. It was my reaction to the 8.3, content reveals and whatnot, and it was, and I want it known. This was recorded. The 8.3 reaction was recorded last night during a live stream before any of this went down. So I do plan maybe later, to upload it, because I want to share that positive reaction with you guys. And it's just right now I've kind of been conflicted about it. I've been talking with my community. I've been talking with my mods. Lord knows I put a poll up. And while a lot of people say, dude, you should just go ahead and do it, I talked it over with my wife, because I did feel morally conflicted about it. And I said, you know what? Not right now. Just, I can't really, in good faith, put it up right now. I just can't. It would bother me if I did. So I'm not going to put up the 8.3 reaction right now. We'll just kind of see what happens in the future. But my thoughts on this. I don't like getting political on my channel. I just don't. I personally feel that politics are a thing that, while I do believe people are capable of having intelligent conversations, and while I personally am a person that can agree to disagree, if someone has a different opinion than me, that's fine. I try not to, judge people according to their political opinions or anything like that, but at the same time, I also am of the belief that if your political opinion becomes your personality, then I'm trying to find my words here. Pardon me. This was kind of sudden here. If you make your political opinion your personality, then we're never going to have a pleasant conversation, because you're just too set in your ways. You don't want to bear an open mind. And I understand everybody's wired differently and bears up. And some people just won't bear an open mind. And it's just like, okay, at the same, and then, just, you got to move on from there. Because, people going to be people, right? And Lord knows, speaking about politics, nowadays, no matter what side of the political fence you're on, Lord knows, gas on the fire. So I don't like getting political on my channel, because mainly just because that's not what my channel is about. It's just not. It's about, positivity. It's about me enjoying the things that I enjoy. It's about sharing that enjoyment and passion with you guys. So that's what the channel's about. So I'm going to try to not to get too political about that. I'm not trying to say that I'm fenced in or anything like that. I'm just kind of showing you, look, here's where I stand about all this and whatnot, and here's where I stand about politics, here's where I stand about all that good stuff, okay? At the same time, I am going to, I will be honest with you guys. I think this was an absolutely stupid thing for Blizzard to do. This was stupid. And it's stupid for a variety of reasons. One, it shows where their interests lie. It really does, They don't want their image tarnished. Look, as a company, I get it, but at the same time, the wound is already fresh from, one, all the stuff going on in Hong Kong. That wound is entirely fresh right now, and the world is agreeing. Your majority of people in the world agree. Okay, Hong Kong, China, you need to leave them alone. Yes, and the world, is very open-minded about that, and has been very vocal about that. Okay. Two, because it's oppressive and it's terrible and they're mistreating them, and common decency and respect for your human fellow man and stuff like that. Yes, it all falls into play with that. Absolutely. Two, and this is not from a humane standpoint or anything like that. This is the gamer talking. This is the gamers talking here. The wound is still fresh from Diablo Immortal. About that Chinese company that's making Diablo Immortal and then basically pooping all over the name that is Diablo and basically pooping all over the fans about it. The fans are still not over that. I've already made my opinions known about Diablo Immortal and mobile gaming and whatnot. I think mobile gaming is a freaking money sink. I think it's a money sink. I think it's predatory. I think it encourages gambling with children and whatnot. It just encourages that, especially with loot boxes and microtransactions and all that. I think it's a terrible thing. And also, Diablo, like I've said this before, Diablo's not made for this. It's just not. I'm sorry, and that will be the hill I die on with that. So the wound is still fresh with that. And then this happens right there because it just further emphasizes, Blizzard cares more about the billions of dollars they could lose from China than they do, regarding a human right and things like that. And it's like, yes, I get it why this pisses people off, and like I said, I do not agree with it. I think this was an absolutely asinine, stupid, idiotic response from Blizzard. Because it's especially, yes, on one hand, this guy right here, Blitzchung, he knew what he was gonna say. He knew the consequences of his actions. He did. He's a grown-ass man. He knew the consequences of his actions. At least I would think he did, okay? So he went in knowing what he was going to do. He's wearing the mask right here and everything to symbolize, the tear gas that's being thrown on Hong Kong citizens, stuff like that. So he went in doing this purposefully, and I commend him for that. That was ballsy. That was ballsy as hell. And then these poor guys right here, these announcers getting fired by Blizzard, and them having no clue what was about to go down. It's like that on top of that, and then banning him, taking his prize money, revoking his Grandmaster. It's just like, okay, Blizzard. You fired over 800 workers. Now this, and don't you guys have phones? It's just kind of like, I don't know what's going on with these AAA companies right now, especially the ones that are stateside. Bethesda, EA, Activision Blizzard. I'm not sure who pissed in the Kool-Aid with them, but it's just like with Bethesda, it just gets stupider and stupider and stupider, regarding Fallout 76. EA just looks for new ways to... EA and 2K also as well just looks for new ways to make gambling just so appealing and numb to kids, and parents just not even think about it, it just numbs them to it. And then, gosh, Activision Blizzard once again going full dumbass here. So, yeah. Like I said, in short, this was stupid of Blizzard. This was bootlicking. It definitely feels like bootlicking. This is idiotic. This is dumbassery at its finest. This is suits at the top of Blizzard, you know, looking out for number one, looking out for their cash flow and stuff like that. And it's like, great, you just gave another reason, Blizzard, and especially with BlizzCon right around the corner, you just gave another reason for people to not trust you anymore. You know, to not trust you. I mean, Lord knows you've been piling on the reasons. And look, I'm not saying that, you know, if people still, and this is kind of where another thing where I was torn on right here. Does this mean people should stop playing World of Warcraft? Does this mean people should stop playing Diablo? Does this mean people should start playing Hearthstone and StarCraft and, you know, Heroes of the Storm? Well, I mean, you know, Heroes of the Storm doesn't get anything anymore. So, I mean, it is what it is. And my response to that is, you know, that is up to the individual. You know, if you still feel like you enjoy World of Warcraft, that's your business. If you still feel like you enjoy Diablo, StarCraft, all that, I mean, that's your business. That's your personal business. And I don't think the developers should, and the people that actually worked on those games and actually created those games should be shat on for this. We know whose decision this was in Activision Blizzard. These were the suits. These were the dudes at the top that walk around in those $10,000 suits. This is all those guys right there, answering shareholders, being beholden to China, and all of that. Okay, we know who was responsible for this. So at the same time, yes, we should absolutely hold Blizzard to account for this absolutely stupid decision. This absolutely stupid, inhumane decision. Abso-freaking-lutely. But at the same time, I would also encourage everyone, let's please not be vile to each other. If, say, someone still wants to play World of Warcraft, or someone still wants to play Hearthstone, or someone still wants to play Diablo. Because at this point, y'all, in this kind of method, this is not about the game. This is not about the game. This is not about the product. This is about a stupid-ass decision and an inhumane decision and an absolutely numbnuts decision by some suits sitting at the top of a billion-dollar company, okay? So I encourage you all to be absolutely vocal in your opinions regarding this decision, but at the same time, remember, let's not be vile to each other, okay? Because, again, we know who did the wrong here. We know who did the wrong here, and I absolutely encourage everybody to make your words known. So I just kind of wanted to come forward and let everybody know what were my thoughts on this, and I really wanted to say something just because this has kind of been eating at me today, just because I was like, oh my god. Because if you've been following me for now, you know how I feel about World of Warcraft. You know how I feel about Diablo. I love those franchises, and I'm going to be honest with you now, I will still probably continue to love those franchises, because this is not, to me, this is not about those franchises. This is not about the games. This is not about the games. It's not about the developers. This is about a stupid-ass company doing stupid-ass things. So that's kind of my opinion on the thing, and I really hope that you will bear an open mind with this video. And yeah, so that's kind of how it is right there. So you let me know how you feel in the comments. I hope I didn't ruffle any feathers with this, and if I did, I apologize, you know, but this is how I feel about it, and I just wanted to share with you guys. So either way, you be you, you do you, and you have a terrific Tuesday, or try to anyway. But either way, you know, hey, you guys are still awesome, and thank you for continuing to support me, and thank you for just being you. So thank you. You're wonderful. You're awesome, and you have a terrific Tuesday, and of course, you have a shway day, baby, because in the end, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So either way, have a wonderful day. See you later.